Hey guys, it's JQ Crafty. Welcome back for Product Focus Friday with Jackie. JQ, that's me. And also 30 Days of Sketches. So, this month we are playing with Heidi Swapp. So I've got some art walk here today. 30 Days of Sketches also. So a new collection for a new day. And we're also playing with washi. So I'll pull in some washi tape as well once I get going with this layout. But I'm also going to play with these two cut files just because I saw this sketch and I had an idea, and so I kind of want to see if I can pull it off. So that's why we're gonna do that. And I thought art walk would be good for this because of the bright pops of color, and you can see all the neon colors from when we were bowling in these photos. So let's get started. You guys, I am getting way too good at being behind. Don't like it. So this video is going up a little later this morning than I would like, but I think it turns out to be one of my favorites so far this month. Yeah, so there I'm showing you that cut file. That is the bowling cut file at Confessions of a Paper Addict. I will have a link down to her Etsy shop below. This is not for a design team layout, but like I had said, I saw the sketch and I had been thinking about using these two cut files together, the bowling one and this plaid one, and I saw the sketch and I thought I would try it out. So yeah, but it works out great and I love it. And this is the weirdest color combination I think I've ever done on a layout. I'm purposely picking out greens and some pops of pink and yellows because of the colors in the photos. And I think because those colors were so bright, and then he's wearing like neon orange, so there's a lot of orangish colors in the art walk collection as well. There's not a lot of greens. I think I've used all those papers, but there was like the solid green. So what I did is I cut the bowling cut file out of this like lighter green color paper that's in the paper pad, and then I'm gonna back it with this darker green, and then I'm gonna incorporate that darker green in a couple other places on the layout as well. But first I was digging through my stash. I wanted something, I have like a little bin of like just scraps that are just small enough that I could use them for something like backing a cut file or adding in as layers, but they're not like teeny tiny that I'm like, no, I'll never use that. So I'm using one of these papers to back where the bowling pins and ball are in the title page. So did that, let that set, and then I'll finish backing the cut file later. I was kind of all over the place with making this layout because at the same time I was doing this one, I was also working on the one that's actually for yesterday. That video will be coming later. That one, you know, working full time and then being behind on this is really hard. So I trimmed down my photos and then I backed them on that like pale yellow solid paper that came in the paper pad. I opted for black cardstock. I wasn't going to do black cardstock at first, but then I decided with how bright and like kind of neon pop these colors are, it's going to look cool on the black. So now I'm just kind of flipping through what I have left of the paper and pad and trying to figure out, okay, so far I've got like a pink and yellow and green motif going on. What am I going to do for those major strips behind the photos, the two that go horizontal? Because basically those vertical flags, that cut file is going to take care of that. That is going to be that. And you'll see in a minute. And I just love it. I hope you guys love it too. I love it. So I trimmed my photos down to like 3 by 3.5. So they're like smaller rectangles, just barely rectangles, matted them. And now I'm kind of layering them on this piece of like orangey mixed media paper that's got a little pink in it as well. And then I had this strip of like the greenish color that I'm going to kind of rig up to look like a solid piece here. I didn't want the green paper because I'm going to have pops of that darker green other places. So I didn't want that like as a big bold stripe in the back. I wanted these to just kind of be behind the photos and not like stand out. So now I'm cutting up my cut files, and some people are going to be like, what? But so this is so it takes care of those flags, and I really love it. And I make it so it's a little jagged. I'm kind of mad on the right hand side. I cut right along that one side. I wish I would have cut more askew like it did on the left. So there's some lines poking out to the right as well, but that doesn't matter. And I'm saving that top and that bottom, and I'll use those on another layout because those would be really cool layering pieces. So I'll save those for another layout. So now I'm going to go through, I love these stencils, and they're interesting because they're cardboard. So it's kind of like, well, you can't really wash them off, and you can't. I mean, you could try, but they're going to soggy up. And then, so I picked one out that I wanted, and now I'm going to back the rest of the cut file. See, I told you I was all over the place with this layout because like I said, I was trying to do other things. So like in between that, I was like doing other things with the other layout, and then I'd come back to this, and then while this dried, and then I went back to it was just, I was all over the place. It's hard to be behind. That's all I'm gonna say. So I glued the whole cut file down. I cut out all of me struggling with my fine line bottle. I have the super fine line, and I haven't been using them a lot lately, and so they are easily getting clogged. I have to use them a little bit more. I should use up the glue. So I did that, and I cut around it, added those Nuvo drops to the bowling balls, and then I'm going to let that set up before I fussy cut the rest of the title out. So first I'm just going to glue my 2 strips and my pictures to this so that they're all one unit, and then I'm going to do some mixed media. So I'm taking 3 distressed oxides. I'm taking old paper, twisted citron, and mowed lawn, and I'm going to do this stencil. And you can kind of see a variation in it on the page, not really, but I just wanted a little bit of different colors so it wasn't just stark one. And so you can kind of see a little difference. It's a very subtle difference, but I can see that it's there, and I guess that's all that really matters. So I'm just taking them and putting them through the stencil at a diagonal, overlapping some of the other spots, just like I said, just to give it a little interest. And that's just to bring some more of that green in, because my title's very green and there's not a lot of green already. So that's kind of like the pop. Yeah, and for some reason, I don't know. I think the end works. Like, I don't know. I think it's so, because it's so contrasting that yeah. So then I'm going to do some ripping just to add a little more accentuated of the diagonal design, and I'm gonna rip right where that mixed media begins and ends, basically, and add some of that green paper right behind it. And look at that, stunning. I love it. So now I'm going to bring in the washi tape. And so I'm going to add washi to those little areas of rip as well. I do black with white polka dots. I do this like mustard yellow stripe. It's actually from, I think, either late afternoon or, late afternoon. And then I will add this corally one that's also in my stash, which has a little bit of gold flecks. So it's that way that yellow, that pop of pink are all done by the green to bring all those colors together. Because I was like, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this work? I don't know. I'm going to pop the whole center part up on foam, and I'm not even going to glue down the edges of that cut file that are behind. I want them to kind of be free and flowing and adding that texture. And yeah, like I said, oh, I love this. So with Art Walk, I don't have a lot, and I don't remember if there was a lot for embellishments, like ephemera and that kind of thing. There were all these like tags you could customize and a sticker sheet. So I'm going to utilize what I got, and then that washi tape I pulled out as well. So I grabbed a couple stickers, just one like green label and this other one that says good time, the pink circle. I'm going to layer those up, move my washi tape so that it works. And then I'm going to add some green photo corners around this one photo. It's the only photo of him actually turned around looking at the camera. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add a couple word stickers. The one at the top, it says, "You are crazy wonderful," because that is accurate. And then one at the bottom that says, "A little spark." And then I'm going to also add one that says "No time for nonsense" and layer that up over the pink circle and the label. And off camera, I am going to add, like in that pink circle label, like where we were, when, and for why. So I did do that. And then I decided, I was trying to put the sticker down and I'm like, no, it just doesn't work. I don't want too much over there. This is definitely like a bottom heavy embellishment. And I kind of like that about it. And it works well. So then I decided I wanted to try one of these tags, and the big one was too big, but I liked the sentiment on it. But I did find a smaller one that says today is a good day with a heart. So I'm going to use those 3 green colors that I did for the stenciling in the background, and I'm going to do it on the tag. So first I'm going to do old paper across basically the main whole thing, twisted citron just on the top, and so it's got texture on it, so then those things start popping out. And then I'm going to do mowed lawn just very lightly over the words so they are a little bit darker and they stand out. Put the twine in and then tuck it in over there on the left. And then I'm going to end up tucking some pink tickets that I have in my stash of like stickers and random things, and adding a little black and white washi so there's not this weird trapped space that doesn't have anything. There is one spot that looks like I should add something, but I don't know if I'm gonna. And then I'm going to finish it all up by adding some Nuvo drops around the page, and that is it. So I hope you guys like. Make sure you check out Jody. I think she's playing along today, not sure, but I know Daisy is for sure. Daisy decided to join me today, which is super fun. So Product Focus Friday, it's hopefully starting to expand a little bit more. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'm just going to finish up fiddling around with some of this stuff and getting those Nuvo drops on, and then yeah, you'll have some close-ups. But I hope you check that out, and also everybody who's playing along with 30 Days of Sketches will also be linked down below. Thanks again, you guys. Thanks for subscribing if you have already. If you haven't, make sure you do so you can see my layouts that I'm doing every day. And once again, I apologize for how late I've been lately and the glare. I am working on it. I'm going to stop talking about it, though, because it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, I appreciate all of you. Thank you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.